got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Welcome to our video presentation on network analysis and CPM, critical path method. As a group of 5, in these videos we will cover the following topics: definition of network analysis and CPM, advantage and disadvantage of critical path methods, drawing and calculations of CPM, procedures and steps of CPM, and also some examples of critical path methods.
So the first one is introduction to network analysis. Network analysis is a crucial technique for project managers, providing them with the tools to plan, schedule, and control their project effectively. Network analysis is useful in many living application tasks. It helps us in deep understanding the structure of a relationship in social network, a structure or process of change in natural phenomenon. Next, what is critical path method, CPM? There are 3 components in CPM. The first one is definition. The critical path method, CPM, is a project management technique used to identify the sequence of tasks that are crucial for the project completion and minimum time needed for the project. The second one is algorithm. CPM uses an algorithm for scheduling a set of project activities in a network to maximize the efficiency of the project management process. The last one is focus. The primary focus of CPM is to determine the shortest time possible to complete a project and identify the activities critical to maintaining that schedule.
So hi, I will tell you guys the advantages of CPM, critical path method, which is there are 3 advantages of CPM, which is efficiency, time management, and risk reduction. For the efficiency, CPM improves project efficiency by identifying critical activities and enabling better resource allocation. For the time management, it assists in effective time for management, allowing for better control and monitoring of project deadlines. And the last one, for the risk reduction, CPM, critical path method, helps in risk reduction by anticipating potential bottlenecks and obstacles in the project schedule. There are 3 disadvantages of CPM, which is complexity, dynamic variables, and resource intensive. For the dynamic variables, the method may face challenges when dealing with dynamic project variables that are subject to change during project execution. For the resource intensive, CPM, which is critical path method, demands significant resources, including time, personnel, and technology, which may pose limitation for certain organizations.
Okay, now I would like to explain about procedure of critical path method. There are 6 steps of critical path method. The first step is task identification, followed by established dependencies. The third step is network creation. The fourth step is duration estimation, followed by identify critical path. And the last step is update the critical path diagram to show progress. As you can see, these are the example drawing of critical path method. So basically, the drawing will start with task A and will finish with task H. And this slide shows the example network diagram for a project with 8 tasks. So, started with A until H will be the task label, and the number in parentheses are the task durations in weeks. and the arrow will indicate the dependencies between the tasks.
Okay, now we will look about calculation of CPM. Alright, there are three types of calculation, which is early start and finish, late start and finish, and slack time. Okay, now we will look about calculation of critical path method called as CPM. Okay, there are 7 types of CPM such as early start time, duration, early finish time, late finish time, slack float, late start time, name of activity or symbol. Okay, there are 2 types of calculation. One would be forward pass. Okay, there are 5 steps in forward pass. The first would be set the ES of the first activity to 1. Second step would be calculate the EF of the first activity by adding its duration to its ES and subtracting 1. Third step, for each subsequent activity, set its ES to maximum EF of its predecessors plus 1. Step 4. Calculate the EF of each subsequent activity by adding its duration to its ES and subtracting 1. Step 5. Repeat step 3 and step 4 until you reach the last activity. Okay, the second calculation method would be backward pass. There are 5 steps as well. The first would be set the LF of the last activity to its EF. Second, calculate the LS of the last activity by subtracting its duration from its LF and adding 1. Step 3. For each preceding activity, set its LF to the minimum LS of its successors minus 1. Step 4. Calculate the LS of each preceding activity by subtracting its duration 1 from its LF by adding 1. The last step is repeat step 3 and step 4 until you reach the first activity.
Okay, now we were looking into examples of CPM. Okay, the data for construction of CPM network. Our first step is we will list out all the activity, their immediate predecessors and completion time. For this, we will refer the table. Okay, with the help of table, we will simplify and arrange all activity and time with the critical path method. In this example, of A to K are representing the activities. Okay, our step 2 is forward pass calculation. We calculate the starting duration of all the activities. So we can easily show the calculation from the below picture. And the start from the first activity, and after that we will add the time period as per the activity. By repeating this process, we will get the final time of the end of all activity with different paths. Okay, now we're looking into our step 3, which is backward pass calculation. Here we will take the end of activity time as a start, time as a finish time. In this example, it is 24. The backward pass is a process by subtracting the duration of the activities, loading to the end activity node. By repeating this process, we will arrive at the finish time, which means at the beginning. Alright, now we were looking into our step 4, which is float calculation. The float is the simple difference between the backward pass count and the forward pass count. We can easily see the float value for all activities from the picture. Okay, our final step is to find our critical path. The critical path is the longest path in the network diagram. The total float of the critical path is 0. It is shown as a light red color in the below picture. Okay, as a conclusions, we can conclude that CPM are a powerful project management technique that help planning, schedule, and controlling projects. It also help identifying the critical path and the shortest time possible to complete the project. We hope that this video has provided you with a better understanding of network analysis and CPM.